Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. My name is Sir Cowdog, and this is going to be the Brightstone Cove Tseldora episode. And I'm going to give fair warning up front because I know a lot of people do not like spiders. Any of those of you who are afflicted by arachnophobia, um, this is your one and only warning. This level has a lot of spiders, and I mean a lot, even more than the last level. So, fair warning has been issued. For everybody else, we may get a little bit of enjoyment out of this. There's going to be a lot of spider smashing going on, so maybe that will be therapeutic to some of you, but we will see. Alright, starting out, I'm going to head over here. Take care of this guy digging ditches and collect all of these souls. Alright. Next up, there is this camp, and as you can see, there are soldiers all over the place. Guys on top of the towers shooting arrows. Some of them are even patrolling around. One of the annoying things about these guys is that they do like to sometimes parry. Best to let them attack first and then counterattack. They also like to gang up and attack in groups of 2 or 3 if you let them, so I highly recommend that you take them out one at a time. Unless you enjoy fighting large groups of baddies. Oh, that guy saw me. Alright, and that is all the archers. These guys even have war pigs. The pigs themselves are not actually that dangerous, but if you try to fight them at the same time as a regular enemy, it can get a little bit annoying. You can be chip damaged to death. Alright, and there is, I believe, one more guy inside one of the tents. There he is. And the last guy is right over here, and actually we can rush him. So, in addition to the Falconeer soldiers we have here, there are also things like mimics. If you'll notice this building right here, there's no way inside of it that's obvious, but there is a chest that you can see. That is a mimic, and I'll show you how to get there right now. It's actually an underground tunnel. That was kind of... I actually intended to land on the edge of the well, but this works. Kill the pig, climb up the ladder, break all of these barrels first, because one of the weird things about mimics in Dark Souls 2 is that when they pop out of their chest form, when they're hiding, they have a massive radius where they will grab you. And that includes on the side, or even if you're directly behind, the mimic will still get you. So, hit the mimic, run into the corner, and then it's safe to just go crazy with R1 spam. Alright, the Dark Leggings and the Staff of Wisdom. The Staff of Wisdom is very, very good for sorcerers. In fact, I believe it is the best staff you can get for sorcery casting. And one final thing, in one of these tents, trying to remember which one. Here it is. So we have the summon sign for Benhart of Jugo. I actually wait to summon him because unfortunately Benhart is kind of dumb. If you try to use him to help you fight any NPCs, almost every time he's going to end up falling off a cliff or getting stuck somewhere. So the best way to use him to complete part of his quest is to clear everything out of the level first, summon him, and then get him to follow you to the boss. Alright, as you can see, there are giant boulders which these peasants will try to drop on your head. If you time it right, you can actually get the boulders to smash these guys for you. 3 out of 4, not bad. Up the ladder so I can get the loot and take care of these guys that were trying to smash me. Pretty easy. Peasant long gloves. As far as fashion souls go, the peasant gear is not very good, but it does add adaptability for each piece that you wear. So if you want more of that stat, I guess you could equip it. I will leave it up to you. Grab these souls, or sorry, large titanite, and then tag these guys so I can fight them one at a time. Very, very, very rarely these peasants will actually drop titanite chunks. I don't recommend farming for it. There's more than enough chunks found elsewhere in the game. But if you just happen to get lucky enough, you might be able to pick up a spare one. Right, so heads up, here we go with some spiders. These guys just like to hang out. And down here, there is a bunch also hanging out. Now what happens is as soon as you open this chest, there'll be a glowing red ball, and that will signal all of the spiders to attack. So the best thing to do is simply retreat, bottleneck them right here, give them the R2 chop. And pick up the loot. Some heavy bolts, pretty useless. Open the door. And that fog wall is actually the next boss fight. Now, just like Lucatiel, Benhart needs to survive several boss fights without being killed in order to progress his quest. So, this is the first one. Priestess gear. And I really don't know why there's so many spiders that just hang out and don't attack. That guy just chills there. But now that I've grabbed the loot from up here, this guy comes off the wall and decides he wants to play. Not sure if that was a programmer error or if some spiders are just naturally more peaceful than others. Who knows? But now that everything's clear, we head all the way back to summon Benhart. Lots and lots and lots of running. Is that one? Nope. I think it was this one. One of these two. There we go. Okay, now as I mentioned, Benhart is kind of dumb. His AI is really bad. So you're going to need to check up on him from time to time to make sure he's actually following you and doesn't get stuck on something stupid. He also sometimes will just randomly walk off the cliff, so... he got pretty close there. It's extremely annoying when it happens because you have to go back and clear everything out again. Hopefully I can get this in the first try. Let's go, Benhart. Get stuck on the wall. Hopefully he does not aggro on these spiders. Looks like so far so good. Come on, dude. Fortunately, the boss fight itself is stupidly easy. It's literally just a bunch of peasants and a warlock that casts spells at you and 2 healer type NPCs. Now I actually recommend you take out the healers first. The warlock in the center, as you can see, he spams a knockback spell. Doesn't really do that much damage, but can be very annoying as far as disrupting you. So, the cleric's done. The warlock himself is... Benhart got in the way of my attacks. There we go. And the rest is just cleanup of all of these NPCs. Like I said, pretty stupidly easy. Benhart's first quest boss is down. Titanite slab. And I'm free to progress to the next area. As soon as you defeat the boss room, right outside, turn around and come right here. There is a ladder up to... I can't remember this guy's name. Something the Absolver. I don't know why he hangs out with spiders or why the spiders don't attack. But it's all free loot. So, might as well pick it up. The NPC himself sells a couple of useful items. Cromwell, that's what his name is. Blah blah blah, ask for pardon, I have not sinned. Now, if I remember right, in Dark Souls 2, a sin is when you have attacked an NPC to the point where the NPC becomes hostile. So you can come here to pay this guy to make them friendly again. I believe that's how it works, but I haven't done it in so long, I don't remember. But more importantly, as you can see, lots and lots of faith-based miracles. So, now you know where he is and what he does. And head to the other side, and there's no ladder, but there is more barrels here to break. And a cracked red-eye orb. Alright. Here we are at the bonfire. Now, fair warning again, lots of spiders. But also, fair warning, there is going to be a lot of repeating of this area. I'm going to have to return to this bonfire over and over again. And that's because there are a lot of secrets on this level. First and foremost, let's make my way to the next bonfire, which is behind a locked door. Gotta come down this ramp through here, defeat the spider ambush. Kill this guy. Oops, sorry. Roll through here and get this guy first. Kill the spellcaster, and the spot I want is right down here. Now, it's a little bit annoying because it looks like you should be able to just walk through this spot, but as you can see, there's an invisible wall. So what you need to do is come just to the left right here, and it will drop you where you want to be. Through this hallway, there's a couple of spellcasters. took out both of them, being very, very careful not to fall down the hole, because as you can see, there are lots of spiders. And you'll be in a situation where you'll have taken some falling damage and be surrounded by enemies. It's generally not a good situation. So, instead, climb down the ladder. And let the spiders safely drop into melee range, and just pretty much R1 all of them. At which point it is safe to light the bonfire. Now, unfortunately, every time you rest at this bonfire, the spiders will respawn. This is good and bad. Bad because it's annoying to have to deal with them every single time, but good because if you want to farm for experience or any item that spiders can drop, it's very easy to join the Covenant of Champions and just farm these guys in unlimited numbers. But I will not be doing that, so get out my bow. Take care of the spellcaster. Ooh, that spider dodged me. Take out the other spellcaster. More spiders. But I do want this item right here because petrified dragon bone. Okay, so there is an item there that you can't reach. It looks like you should be able to run up this pillar, which you can't. I'll show you in just a second how to get up there. There's items up there. There's secrets all over the place. Okay. Kill the basilisk. Shoot this thing, because it will explode otherwise. If it falls down, that's okay. That red crystal lizard does not actually drop anything, so you don't have to worry about it. I'm going to deal with Bowman Guthrie here. You could potentially knock him into the hole, but on the off chance that he does drop loot, you want to try and avoid that unless you absolutely have to, because just like that, ooh, I haven't seen him drop that in many playthroughs. That's an auto-firing crossbow. But that is a perfect example. Excuse me. That's a perfect example of why you don't want to knock him down the hole, because if you do that, you won't get any loot. You won't even have a chance at loot. Alright, here is Ornifex's workshop. Ornifex will work just like any other blacksmith. She can repair your gear and sell you various items, but she will also take boss soul items and turn them into weapons, so you can use the trade function for that. Lost Sinner's sword, the butcher knife, Iron King hammer, and the Dragon Slayer spear. They're all actually pretty good weapons, if I'm being honest, except for the Lost Sinner's sword. That one's a little bit weird, but the rest are very good. She also sells Murakumo, the Partisan Twin Blade, Composite Bow, and Heavy Crossbow. Arrows, Flame Butterflies, and a couple of spells. Nothing too fancy, honestly. Over here, got another room full of spiders. Corpse controlled by a spider, which is really kind of creepy when you get down to it. Secret area where there's a chest and a spider. Inside the chest is the Soul Vortex spell and the Crescent Axe. Over here and to the left we have a titanite chunk. A skeleton. Don't give up. Through here, more spiders. What a surprise, right? Up the stairs. Break these barrels to get the torch. Grab this before you jump off. And take care of this basilisk. And this door says too heavy to open. That's because it's filled with sand. You want to hit it once with your melee weapon and then back up and shoot it with iron arrows until it breaks. There we go. If you're too close when you break the door, you'll take a little bit of damage and be knocked back, but nothing too dangerous. Through this door, you'll see that there's a locked door. Oh, where am I going to get the key for that? That key is owned by either Creighton the Wanderer or Pate, depending on who you decide to help. We'll get to them in just a second here. Tag that guy to get his attention. They will all run through the spikes, taking damage. You can bottleneck them right here. No, nice work. Don't worry too much if you fall on the spikes. The damage is pretty negligible. Although that guy's probably about to die to him. Nope, survived 1 hit point. Over here we have a chunk and a slab. Definitely worth picking up. And then in here there are a bazillion spiders. You can see they're all hanging out. Run in and then run back out. Just bottleneck them right here at the door. Yep. Break those to get the poison arrows. Break this bench. Grab the souls and the lightning resin. Got another locked door. Actually, the key for that one is on the other side of the boss. Open this up and kill the super miner. Sometimes he drops good stuff too, but not this time apparently. Homeward Bone. Another door. This one actually leads to the room right before the boss. Okay. Now that I've got all of that clear, I'm actually going to head back to the bonfire. Travel to the previous bonfire. Chapel Threshold is the one you want. And from here, we have all kinds of secrets we can get. So, first things first. The final step of Creighton and Pate's storyline And just take a quick run and jump. Don't worry about the crystal lizard just yet. You can't get him from here. And it's up to you to decide which one of these guys you want to support. Now, if you've done everything the same way I've done it in the videos, you will already have Pate's armor set, shield, and spear, so you don't really need him for anything. So I almost always go ahead and kill Pate. Or you can let Creighton finish. It's up to you if you want to sit there and watch or not. It's faster just to finish them off. And if you talk to Creighton afterwards, he congratulates you and says thank you so much, gives you the Tseldora key. And then he gives you his armor set. And because we know that Creighton is a dirty, filthy murderer in Dark Souls 3, you can go ahead and finish him off too. It's pretty ruthless, but this is the way that you get the most stuff. Creighton's steel mask. In here is just an empty room. You can break this and there's a spider behind it, but there's not actually any loot, so it's kind of pointless. And if you're having any second thoughts about what we just did to Creighton and Pate, just remember that both of them are very, very unworthy people. Pate constantly tries to lead you into traps. Creighton also sets you up to fall in a trap. Oops, I didn't mean to let that guy get away. And I will prove that to you right here. Remember this door we broke open with the sand? Now we have the key to open it. And there are two chests inside. This one on the right is safe to open. Engraved gauntlets. This other one is trapped with an explosive, left by none other than Creighton. So as you can see, he tried to set you up to kill you too. So don't feel bad about taking him out. Okay. Back to the bonfire once again. Head downstairs. Deal with these idiots again. Kill the sorcerer. So, crystal lizard's right there. Jump on the rope swing. And if he gets away, he's just going to run into the corner here and get stuck. So, probably the easiest way to kill him is from that angle. Alright. Couple of pieces of loot. One you get by sprinting over to this ledge and then dropping down like so. Back to the bonfire. Other item you get, as you can see, there's a doorway over there. Oops, apparently I need to kill this guy first. It's going to be annoying. What you want to avoid is being hit while you're trying to jump, because if you get staggered mid-sprint, I'll show you here. directly below you can see is the big sand pit, so you'll fall in and die for sure. Anyway, so what you want to do, line up with the door, sprint and jump, and you'll land right here. The only way to escape from here is there's no way to jump out of it. You have to homeward bone. Or you can jump in the pit and die, I guess, but that's not a good scenario to be in. Okay, one more time around. Kill this guy again. Take the rope. And this time go to the right. And right here is that piece of loot. Then drop down here. To get this, which is actually kind of important. Estus Flask Shard. Alright, what else do we have left to get? Those items up there. I'm actually gonna save myself a homeward bone. Nope, gotta kill the spiders. Almost done with all the secrets. Okay. Head like you're going to the fight between Creighton and Pate. This is what I meant to do before I ended up having to chase the crystal lizard by accident. Go out this door. So to the right is where the crystal lizard was. To the left, as you can see, one of these guys and one of these guys. Try to avoid falling off, because what you want to do is to slowly walk and drop right here. And you can go to the left or the right. They both head to the same place. So, alright. One more. Alright. Behind all of these barrels, there's a lever. It lowers down that platform. And this jump is a little bit tricky, but what you want to do is start at this bottom left corner of the stairs and aim at the top right, and then sprint up the stairs and jump, and it'll get you right here. Spellcasting ring. And that is, as far as I know, all of the secrets of Brightstone Cove, Tseldora. Yep. So, one last trip back to the bonfire. Hello. No, I got attacked. Ah, Dark Spirit Forlorn. He's showing up again. That guy starting to get old. Really tired of seeing him everywhere. But one of the good parts about seeing him all over the place is that every time you defeat a forlorn enemy, the sorcerer guy back in the Lost Bastille Strayed will have another piece of forlorn gear for you to buy, in case you really, really want completion of all the fashion souls. Alright. So, back to base. And then it's just the final run to the boss, who, as you might imagine, is another spider. Nope. Thought I was going to be able to avoid that guy, but oh well. This is actually probably kind of dangerous, but there we go. If you're not fast enough, the spiders will all pile up in there and cause you problems, so might be recommended that you stop and kill them, but if you feel like taking a risk like I just did and want to save some time, you can just run past. Alright, lots of spider webs. I'm going to run across this one. Several spiders will constantly sneak up behind you in this area. There are more than you might think possible. They show up everywhere. Alright, let's see, where am I missing? Believe, that's right, I want to be able to get over there. Hello. So, I'm going to drop down right onto this one. Run and jump across here to get this. And all of these guys with torches should come to me. So, while I'm clearing these guys out, a quick rundown of the boss. The boss is a giant spider, and when I say giant, I really do mean massive. The boss also has two heads, one on each side of its body. It's a little bit strange. Mostly what the boss does will be to try to stomp you with its claws, with its feet. Occasionally, if you're too far away from the boss's head, it will actually, this sounds weird, but it will shoot a laser beam out of its mouth to try to blast you with that. Occasionally it will spit web at you, which if you are hit by it, will make it so that you can't sprint or dodge roll, you just have to walk slowly everywhere. That can be dangerous. And another aspect of the boss is that each of the boss's heads has only a certain number of hit points. If you do too much damage to an individual head, the head will come off. And if that means you have to go to the other head to continue damaging the boss's life bar. Now it is possible if your damage is with your weapon is too weak that you can actually break both of the boss's heads and then be unable to actually continue hurting the boss. If that's the case, either you need to level up or you need to get a better weapon, because you will have to home or bone out that and restart the boss from the beginning. So, but I've got all the items. If you want a summon, there are two. I believe this guy right here. And the other one, I can't remember exactly where it is. Maybe it's up a level or something. I don't remember, but there should be at least 2 NPCs you can summon if you really, 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 really need it. But honestly, the boss isn't that tough if you've been doing what my videos show. So, go ahead and get a buff on the weapon. Inside the fog wall, there will be several small spiders to kill. They are the same as all the other spiders, so they should only take 1 hit. I highly recommend you take them out first, because trying to fight the boss at the same time... Oh, I got hit by the webs. Oh man, I'm gonna get laser beam. Wow. Good combo, boss. Block. And a third laser beam. Nope, not going to get hit by that. Alright. Hitting the boss's face can be a little annoying sometimes. You have to be kind of directly in front. And when it does that, you can see it spits acid everywhere. That will damage your gear. Oh, I'm gonna get hit. Laser beam at close range. Ooh. Generally speaking, if you have been keeping up to date the way that my videos show, as you can see, it's not that tough. Even if you get hit multiple times, even if you get caught by the webbing, as long as you take the time to heal, you should be fine. But the actual boss soul is right here. And down this hallway is, I don't know what to call him, another hollow. The Lord of the Manor. Anyway. Take him out. He drops the key for the locked door, the Brightstone key. That key fits the door back in the room with all of the spiders. And I'll show you how to get there in just a second after I light this last one and we see our first encounter with Aldia, who is the Scholar of the First Sin. He says a bunch of philosophical stuff, blah blah blah, you're the first to make it this far in a long time, etc, etc, etc. Do you have what it takes to become a true monarch? Grrr. I will leave it to you to sit there and listen to it. I have seen it more times than I can count. I do highly recommend spending some time on lore videos. The lore of Dark Souls 2 is actually pretty cool, so if you're into that sort of thing, definitely worth a listen. Alright.
You are blessed with a myriad of soul, bearer of the curse. Make your way to the castle.
Upgrade my Estus flask with all those shards I picked up. Probably should have done this before the boss, but hey. Alright. Back to... Basically, it's the same sprint that I did when I was heading to the boss last time. And this time, instead of running past the room with all the spiders, I'm going to stop and kill them. There's the locked door open. And as you can see, there's lots of spider holes here as well. So inside this room, it's another trap waiting for you to open the chest before they attack you with more spiders. Oh, it grabbed me. Wow. I actually have not ever seen that attack. That actually kind of hurt. I didn't know that they could do that. Huh. Hundreds of hours in this game, I've never seen that. Wow. Learn something new every day. Anyway, Fire Seed, Great Fireball, and the Black Knight Ultra Great Sword, which is actually a really, really good sword. If you were into the whole two-handed giant weapon thing. But that is literally everything in Brightstone Cove, Tseldora. No more secrets, no more tricks to find, so back to Majula. The next video is going to be to head on to the castle now that I have all 4 of the Great Lord Souls. But first, I'm going to use up all these bazillion souls that I've got. And as you can see, I have a lot of boss souls. Now, the main reason I'm not using those is, number 1, I'm sentimental, I like to hang on to them. But number 2, if you're watching this and you want to use one of these for a weapon, or use all of them to collect all the weapons, you'll fall behind in levels with the video. So that is why I don't use it, just to kind of keep things on par. But 200,000 souls to use. Lots of hit points, lots of vigor, more strength, more adaptability. Things are really shaping up at this point. But that is going to do it for the video, guys. A little bit of a longer one, just because of how many little secrets and things there are scattered around that level. But we are all set to head into the boss, and strangely enough, this is only about halfway through the game, so quite a bit left to do. But as usual, I will see you in the next one. Until then, peace.